Shit. This is what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. Let me tell you what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. Yo, what up, though, people? I'd like to welcome you back to the Keep It a C-Note podcast. I am your boy, Bryant. To the left of me, we got 28th Street in the building.
I'm back.
State your name, please.
It's Kyle from 28th Street. I'm back.
Okay, and to the left of Kyle, we got...
You got your boy, John.
Okay.
Okay, Brother X, but go ahead.
Brother X. Shout out to Vito.
Yeah, where you at?
Last week, 71st episode. Mm-hmm. We were in rare form. We agreed on a lot of stuff. Took a lot of shots on air. We had to call Vito an Uber, and he still ain't recouped yet.
He ain't been back yet.
He ain't been back yet, but Kyle is going to hold him and 28th Street down. We got a lot going on, a lot to talk about, NBA, football, a little bit about The Wire. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. And, you know, we're going to start it off with KD and Stephen A. Smith. They had a lot of back and forth going on. Stephen A. Smith said recently that MJ kind of ruined basketball. He changed basketball for the worse.
No, I totally disagree. In fact, I think what he did was pure fundamentals. It wasn't like he was doing anything out the ordinary. And, I mean, no, he was doing shit out the ordinary. But,
right.
But it wasn't. I can't find the right word for it, but Jordan elevated the game definitely for the better.
Right.
He made everybody have to elevate their game up now that we see like what the boss look like. Because Jordan is the greatest player of all time, and I'm always stand by that.
I agree.
Okay.
So, I mean, for you to play along with somebody like that, I mean, but Jordan could kill you off of driving to the hole, jump shots. He played defense. He was just that player that you wanted to be. He had people internationally wanting to be Jordan.
Right.
He was that bull. So,
right.
I mean, if anything, he made everybody else step their game up. Almost like that Kendrick Lamar song, Control. It was just like a wanted shot. But
ain't no doubt.
Yeah.
How you feel about it, Kyle?
I feel the same way. Like, I don't think he ruined the game. Like, he took it to the next level. Like, you know what I mean?
Doubt.
Like, with the sneakers, like even with that, like everyone, like it's not a lot of people in the league that got sneakers. You know what I mean? So it's like he pushed it for that, and you know what I mean? Like
still buying Jordan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he bring the same sneakers out every 5 years. Everybody still buy them.
Yep,
so, you know the longer shorts, everything. So no, I can never. That's like absurd to me. Him saying that, like, I don't think Jordan.
Yeah, we gotta call Stephen A. Smith an Uber.
Yeah.
But I do agree. Agree with KD with the backfire though, saying that.
Hold on, because we're gonna get to that. Hold on. Let me just state about Stephen A. Smith. I think MJ changed the game for the better. Mm-hmm. Because to me, MJ did everything in the flow of the game, the flow of the offense. So for him to say it's not like Jordan was going ISO. Going one-on-one every time he got everything was within the triangle offense that he was scoring. That's first of all. Second of all, I always tell John and Vito this, and I tell you, Kyle, because we always debate off air. The NBA we see today is because of Michael Jordan. When the Dream Team went over Barcelona and Michael Jordan became so big overseas and the league became so big overseas, the league we see today is if you can have kids come to the NBA and dominate from overseas, it gives more people hope over there. It makes more people in all these other places watch the game. That's why the rule change. We had people overseas. Kukoc and all of them was from overseas. But the rule changes when they came in was to benefit guys like Nash and the foreign players so they can get off. Like if you see somebody like Luka Doncic, he says playing over here is easy compared to playing over there. That's because the NBA
rule changes actually open the door up for him.
Well, the rule changes is like I'm saying, you always had overseas players, but they couldn't dominate in the NBA back then. So they accommodated them and is to make the game more global. But it started because when Jordan went over Barcelona, you know what I mean? They seen that. And shout out to Bryant, a billionaire.
Yes, sir.
That comes off of what you saying, Kyle Jordan with the sneakers and all of them investments. So Jordan changed the game for the better. Stephen A. Smith, you need an Uber. What's your thoughts, people? Did MJ? What you was gonna say?
No, because I was gonna say I think there is somebody out there that made the game worse for what it is, and I would say Steph Curry. He changed the game, I think, for the worse.
Okay, hold on, because why?
Because like he changed the flow of the game. Like on even AAU teams are still doing. They just come down jacking threes without playing in the flow of the offense. I just think taking those high percentage.
But wasn't Mac doing that? I think Steph do it at a higher rate, but Mac was doing that. T-Mac was coming down, launching threes from anywhere. He wasn't doing it at a higher rate.
He wasn't spamming.
Yeah, okay, yeah. He 2K and he says
Arenas too.
Gilbert Arenas. Right, that's what I'm saying.
But they both had game. They both could ball. They both could
Curry
do
got game too.
Yeah, and I'm not denying that. I'm not denying that at all. But what I think that these young kids are doing is just, I don't know, it's just asinine to me to come down and just think that you could jack a 35-foot three-pointer for no fucking reason.
Oh, okay. I feel you with that.
I feel you on that point. I definitely feel you on that.
Okay.
But I can't say Curry ruined the game. I can't
But because of him is why
they doing it. I know that, but everybody can't.
And everybody wants to be him. Like, what is Trey Lance? He wants to be a Stephen Curry 2.0. Like, what is
Trey Young?
Trey Young. My bad. Trey Lance. My bad. Trey Young. So you see what the game is changing into, and there's going to be more guys like him mimicking, just coming down, launching.
Right.
So
okay,
I see where you going with. I see where you going with that.
What's your thoughts, people? Did MJ change the game of basketball for the worse, like Stephen A. Smith is saying, or should we call him an Uber? Bonus question for y'all: no cap, or call him an Uber? Stephen A. Smith, because I hear what you saying, Steph Curry. Stephen A. Smith was better off saying R.I.P. Kobe, but Kobe really was the first ball that stuck to me that I say came on because he was Jordan 2.0, but he wanted to go one-on-one. And even if you look back at the Last Dance, John, when they was at the All-Star game and Jordan, what'd he say, in the locker room? He was like, Kobe gonna make this John a damn one-on-one game. Like, no matter what. Like, that's so. Do you think that's no cap, or call him like maybe Kobe was more so where the one-on-one thing changed? Would Stephen A. have been more accurate saying that?
No, because I think Kobe was still all around. But when you going at Jordan, of course I think you're gonna want that one-on-one matchup.
But here he's Kobe, just saying one-on-one. Because Kobe played in, I don't want to cut you off. Kobe played in the same triangle offense, but he did go more one-on-one than Jordan did. But if you go back and look at it. So what would you say, no cap? Or nah, that's not accurate neither.
I don't know, because the ISO game was coming about at the. I don't know. Melo was an ISO player.
Then you can say AI. Then you can say AI.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but even with AI, when you really AI was crossing dudes over, but a lot of his Jones was coming off curls. Like when you really watch him, especially when he used to play off against Orlando, come off a curl, little mid-range jumper, or straight to the basket, like. His John, like Kobe, make you like we gonna go one on, like even though this is a game, but I don't know, because Dominique might have been a little bit like that too for me. I think.
Are you talking about Shaq Kobe or?
But even Shaq Kobe went one-on-one, because that Shaq Kobe is the one that Michael Jordan was talking about.
Yeah, I remember that he was saying that. Yeah, I don't know if I can say that about Kobe. I don't know if I can say that.
What's your thoughts, people? Would Kobe Bryant be more accurate to say that he kind of changed the game where it went to more one-on-one basketball?
I think the game is just the game. Like it evolves. Like you know what I mean? It goes from how it was in the 80s and the 90s.
Right.
To, James Harden.
You know what I mean? I feel like
more ISO players than me.
It's just like they're more athletic now, so it's just like I just feel
not taking nothing.
But
back,
you don't
back then couldn't.
You don't get nobody today that scores 28, 30 points a game off of running offense. Steph Curry is probably the closest to it because he does come off screens and play off the ball. To me, I would say Steph may be the closest.
And maybe you are right, Brian. I gotta give Steve Kerr some credit because I was actually watching those games, and it's hard. I like to see that coaches still run efficient plays, and I hate to see all that ISO playing ball.
Right.
And like what you see out of Golden State, you see good, efficient run plays. You see the pick and rolls. You see the high fades. You just see all that happening,
right.
And it's efficient plays. It almost reminds me of like you get nostalgic, like Greg Popovich, because these guys are actually running set plays. There's no ISO, and you go for the fake. They know exactly where their players are, and it's good team chemistry. I think I have to give him his flowers, and I have to say my bad. The bull, he is bull.
I had him a little.
I mean,
but I think a good thing about him too, his adjustments. Like he made great adjustments. Like it'd be a game that like say like Kuminga or somebody don't play, and then he'd insert them, and then they'll have a big game. Right. Like, that's how he did with Iguodala when he got the MVP. It's like he make adjustments at the half during the game. And you don't really see coaches doing that. So like I gotta big up Steve Kerr too. That's a good point.
I'm keeping it C. I don't like him, but I mean, but I'm just being honest.
You see, I mean, he came from he played for Phil Jackson. He played for Popovich.
Right.
So it's like he been around all that.
Ain't no doubt. He know it.
He know what he's doing.
So KD did fire back, and he said guys like Stephen A. Smith, Max Kellerman, and Shannon Sharp, he said they changed basketball for the worse. So keep it a C note with us. Did the media ruin basketball? Can the media ruin basketball?
Absolutely.
Why you say absolutely?
Because the media can always control somewhat of the narrative of what's going on, of what might be happening behind closed door, what they think a player might be going through, or organization. They get to control the narrative of what's really might not really be what's going on.
Right. Report anything.
Yeah, exactly. So the media is the number one. That's why they're forced. It's in their contract. They had to talk to the media, and they're there for a reason.
Okay. What you think, Kyle?
I don't think so. I don't think so either because I just feel like I said, like it's the game is the game. So it's just like, yeah, they can put out plenty of stories or whatever because it's like it was a lot of stories like like if somebody not getting along or they might cause more turmoil during the season if it's what I mean. So I just feel like no, and some people just know the game. Like some people like I remember KD was saying like Shannon Sharp don't know the game because he played football.
Right.
But he always got an opinion on basketball, but that don't mean, that you don't know what you're talking about because you played another sport at a high level. Right. Like you can still be a fan of, of basketball. And so, no, I can't blame the media for that.
Listen, in today's NBA, in the world, period, everybody has a right to say whatever they want to say. Right. So the media ain't nothing but spectators, dudes on the sideline, whatever they're reporting, whether it's propaganda, whether it's causing commotion, that got nothing to do with your game and the game of basketball.
Exactly.
You go out to play basketball. That's nothing that when you were a young boy and you in the park and you got the dudes on the sideline talking dirty. Not just that, when you were a nice guy coming up and you go to the park and your homies is having a debate. Is Kyle better than Vito? Is Kyle better than Mike? Like, you know what I mean? You always going to get that throughout your whole career as an athlete. Yep. So you always got to block that out. You can't put that on the media. And like I said, anybody has a right to an opinion. Just because Shannon Sharp didn't play in the NBA doesn't mean he doesn't know basketball. Just because we didn't play in the NBA don't mean we don't know basketball.
But you always got those situations where there's a story going on in the newspapers or whatever that might be blown up, and that media controls the temperament.
That has nothing to do with your game, though.
All right, but it does. As a team, that's why
it doesn't have nothing. What I'm saying is, when Mike Jordan was winning them chips, and they was putting stuff in the media about him, you think that if that didn't affect him, your game is your game, bro. That has nothing. If that's the case, you wouldn't be able to deal with hecklers on the sideline or nobody.
Let me ask you this: so you don't think that social media hecklers or whatever affected Russell Westbrook's game at all this season?
No, what affected to me, him? To keep it a C, no, it wasn't him. It was they tried to make something work that we knew wasn't gonna work from the gun bust. You know what I mean? Russ, I think more so what affected Russ is he trying to be a team player. Because he could go on there and say every day, like, yo, why did y'all sign me? Y'all know I'm not no spot-up shooter. Y'all know I don't want to play second fiddle to LeBron. You know what I mean? Y'all know that Anthony Davis is soft. Pause. Like, he could go on there and say that, but he don't. So that might affect him more. Like, you know what I mean? That he got to chew that up, but on the court, he know what it is. So
I think he got more in his own head. I think a little bit of it. Like once he did start hearing stuff, he started.
I think all
I
that
don't even
Russell
think he
Westbrook and all that.
I think he started thinking more.
And then like his shoe.
I don't even think that was in his head because at the end of the day, it's like this. If you go to a team, because we all play basketball on some level, and you know you don't fit in with that team, but you still trying to be a sport about it. You know what I mean? Like I'm saying, he could have got on after every game and ran it. When they called him Russ, what'd you say? Westbrook. When they called him Westbrook, he could have vented on the whole team. He could have said Anthony Davis played 20-something games. Like he could have did all of that, but he didn't.
But what I don't like about the Westbrook thing this year was I feel like they tried to shift it on him on the strength of what he was getting paid. Now, everybody, we all done seen Westbrook play for 10, 12 years now.
Right.
He's playing the same exact way he played.
Right.
He averaged, I think, like 18, 8, and 7, some shit like that. But he gonna still, when he was getting them triple doubles, he still was having 7, 8 turnovers there.
Right.
It's just that he got a triple double and we probably not paying attention to it. Now it's like when he got 15, he might have got 15, 7, and 6, but then he got 6 turnovers. It looks worse now because he got less points. But he always played like that.
Listen, before we go to the next topic, I'm gonna keep it a C note. LeBron is LeBron, so he's no matter what, he's not going to get the criticism. Anthony Davis is the youngest out of them, so no matter how many games he missed and how fragile he is, they still got hope that maybe they can build around him because of his age, so he's not going to get the blame. So Russ is going to get the blame.
It was him and the coach.
He was there to, they were there to get the blame.
Him and the coach. But I said it here before when I was here one time. AD was the problem. It was AD.
I think it was the problem.
I think it was AD.
He's definitely the problem because he's never available. But Westbrook not touching the ball in the offense, just sitting around, that's a problem.
Yeah. So he need the ball. He's efficient. He need the ball. Broken plays.
All right, so last week we talked about Embiid, how he second MVP voting, but he didn't make all NBA team.
Terrible.
Adam Silver now is talking about he's trying to change the voting process where just the best 15 players make the all-NBA team. They're still moving towards position as basketball. How y'all feel about that? Keep it a C note.
I like that because basketball now is positionless. It's like sometimes it's 4 guards on the floor together.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if they're going to do the best 15 players, I'm down with that because I feel like it was absurd that I think Embiid was the MVP this year. That's just clear. I think he was MVP.
Ain't no doubt.
But it's no way they can not give him MVP but then put him on the first team.
Right.
Because the MVP can't be on the second team.
Right.
So I understand what happened, but to me that was terrible because I feel like Embiid got jerked all around.
Right. What's your thoughts on it, John?
I mean, I feel a little different. I think Embiid is up there, and if Embiid would have played more games this season, I would have had him there.
Okay, but how do you feel about the voting change, though?
The voting change, I'm all for it. I mean, for how the voting process is. Maybe something does need to change. I don't know, but I mean, as far as what they did, I think Joker played the whole full season, did what he had to do. He still got his team to the playoffs without his major weapons. I give it to Joker, but if Embiid would have played a full season, I would have gave it to Embiid, hands down. But since he was partial to it, no, I can't. I got him. That's why I got him on second team.
Keep it a C note with us, people. How you feel about what John just said about the Joker winning MVP and him deserving it? Kyle, I see you wanted to rebuttal something. So what you wanted to say to John?
I feel like Embiid, I don't know exactly how many games he missed, but it wasn't like a half of the season or nothing like that.
Right.
I feel like Embiid had better games this year than Joker. Like
Right.
Joker stats might have looked better,
Right.
but I think Embiid dominated more. Like he had a stretch one. I think it was like a 2-month stretch when he just was going crazy. He was 30, 15, 30, 17. He was going crazy.
Yeah.
And I feel like another thing, like they were saying, like with Joker, he don't have Murray and Port. Like it happens. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Embiid was going through it with the Ben Simmons thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I feel like Embiid deserved it this year, man. I don't feel like he never gonna probably get it. I feel like this was his year to get it.
Right.
And it didn't happen. And what was the Nuggets seed? The Nuggets was seeded lower than the Sixers, I want to say.
Yeah.
So I think that played a part in it too. Like he got his team to a higher seed.
Well, that's what John say, being as though Embiid team was better.
Yeah.
Even missing Ben Simmons. That's what you saying, right, John? Even without Ben Simmons, the Sixers was better than Denver. Are you saying that?
Even without Ben, yes.
You think so?
Absolutely. Yeah, they're still better than Denver without Ben Simmons.
What's your thoughts on that?
The
People
Sixers?
keep it a C-note
I
with
think
us.
the Sixers core is better than, I like them better than Denver's almost.
So you saying just Tobias, Maxey,
like,
Embiid, and without Harden?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Without Harden,
it was better than Denver?
I don't think so.
Because they just got Harden, so you can't throw Harden in the mix.
Yeah, because who did Denver have? I know they had the Duncan dude who came from Atlanta. I mean,
Aaron Gordon,
Barton, and Michael Porter. But was
Porter
he hurt?
Was hurt?
No, he
exactly.
was out. And then
Jamal Murray,
he was out.
The young boy Bones played good this year. The rookie.
I mean,
Bones.
He played
but see, when somebody goes down, somebody obviously is definitely going to step up. Not to discredit them at all, but somebody has to fill that void for points. But as far as a core team, I don't know. The Sixers, what?
Yeah, but Joker.
I think the Nuggets might be. See, the Sixers don't really have no bench. The Nuggets had at least 2 or 3 guys off the bench that was coming. The Sixers don't really got no bench. It's like
they got a little couple more guys.
Yeah, I think the Nuggets are a little deeper.
I think so.
Yeah, they're a little deeper than the Sixers without Harden. Even with Harden, they deeper because the Sixers bench is trash.
But you're still playing in the Western Conference. I'm still
that is a factor too. Though I take that in it because I was just about to say. Would they be the Sixers seed if they was in the East with Jokic? True. So I don't know. As far as Adam Silver with the positionless basketball and the change in the voting, it's about time. It should have been like that when you changed the All-Star voting. You should have changed it, but it does show me that the center is on its way out.
Yeah.
Is gonna go extinct because we got this problem this year with Embiid not making it. But most of these 15 players are going to be wing players now.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
They're going to be wing players now, so.
It might only be like 3 true centers left. It was probably Embiid, Joker, and Ayton from
Yeah.
That's probably really it.
That's probably all we're going to see on the next couple of lists.
Yeah.
Also, Adam Silver is talking about shortening the NBA season from 82 games because of the play-in and all of that. Shout out Richard Jefferson. He said the NBA is coddling its stars. Yeah. Keep it a C-note. How y'all feel about that?
I'll let you start out with this one.
When I was shortening the season, I'm a fan of the shortening the season because I feel like the 82 games, I think it's too much, and people start shutting down and start tanking and all that. So I feel like shortening the season would be better. It might make it more interesting. They were saying like fitting little tournaments and stuff in there. I don't know how they would do that.
Right.
But like the play-in, I like the play-in. I felt like that was a good move to do the play-in. So shortening the season, I think it would be good because I think everybody would play more. It would be more intense because it's less games and it ain't just running on all year. I feel like 82 is a lot.
Okay. What's your thoughts, John?
I like the playoff play-in. But I ain't with this coddling stuff either. I'm with Richard Jefferson. Keep the season to what it is. You affect stats and how stuff always ran. And with doing that, I don't know. It just changes the whole dynamics of how I would look at how stats are. I mean,
if they shorten it.
Yeah, because they shorten it. I understand that they're prolonging. I mean, they're trying to prolong these NBA players' careers. But as a career, it is going to be affecting to a player. Every game you do miss.
Yeah, the flip side of that though is it also kind of may erase history. Cause I'm against it too, by the way. I don't like the shortening of the season. It may, because let's say now you shorten the season to 65 games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would a Joker put up his numbers wise in 82 games, he might have averaged 29. But being as though he only played 65 and he got the numbers, he averaged 33 and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? So I think it's going to inflate dudes' numbers now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I agree with Jefferson. To me, with right after the NFL just lengthened this season and his collision all day, every day, you're going to shorten the season when you already done took away practices, you already done changed on how back-to-backs
and they gave you more roster slots.
Right. They gave you more roster slots. I like the play-in tournament too, but if you're gonna add that into the season, that don't got nothing to do with shortening the season.
Yes, exactly.
That's something y'all want to do. Like, to me, like, it shows a sign of being soft, like totally soft. Like, we already got guys, because if you shorten the season, guys is still gonna sit out games.
Exactly.
We're not gonna act like they're not.
You know, they're gonna.
You know what I mean? So to me, it just shows another sign of soft. Because pause. What's my man name from Boston? I think his name's Cedric Maxwell. He was talking to I forget who he was talking to. One of the Norm Nixon, I believe. And he was talking about how he averaged this amount of numbers the year before Bird came. The next year Bird came and became the man, kind of pushed him to the side. But he was saying in the interview that nowadays you see dudes taking nights off. I'm not going to play this night. Load management. He said for them, load management is somebody like Dennis Johnson saying, Danny Ainge, the night you going to go, you got the green light. I'm going to take the night off. And Dennis Johnson just come out, don't put his foot on the gas. He said that was load management for them. It was no sitting out. You know what I mean? Dudes like playing with broken bones and everything.
No, I hate the whole sitting out stuff. I hate that too. I hate it. Because like, especially for the fans, because sometimes people buy tickets for, like, you might buy tickets months in advance.
Right.
To see somebody, like, I remember.
Right. Let me ask y'all a question. When you think of, real quick, when somebody says load management, what's the first NBA player that pops in your head?
Kawhi Leonard.
You think Kawhi?
Yeah, probably Kawhi.
Okay. I was just saying, because I think Embiid, but go ahead.
Nah, I think Kawhi. You know what I mean? They might have been around the same time. No, you might think Embiid a little bit more because Sixers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I
what's your thoughts, people? NBA shortening the season. Do you like it? Are you against it? Keep it a C note with us. No cap or call them a Oouuber. If they shorten the NBA season, it just shows how soft the NBA is. Keep it a C note with us.
Now, before you get off that, right? What about, I seen something like Daryl Morey said about making the playoffs one and done. What y'all think about that? One game, like NFL playoffs.
Listen, to me, with all the tournaments, the playing tournament, like, you're trying to make this college basketball. This ain't college basketball. This the league. Like, knock it off, would you? I don't want to see no one undone.
That's what they trying to do.
I don't want to see that. Yeah. I don't want to see that because if you get one and dones, then it never know how these fluke teams is gonna do. Like, it's gonna be too much like Cinderella stuff, like March Madness. Like, I don't want to see that.
Yeah, I feel you.
What you think, John?
I don't know. What I'm thinking of, what would you think of conferences in the NBA instead of the East and West?
What you mean, conferences?
Having conferences. Instead of East and West, you have groups of teams that are in certain conferences in the NBA that will have to play it out to make the playoffs. Or
I don't know. I call him a Uber. I don't know.
I
don't know. But I am with, the only thing I am with is the best 16 teams just go 1 through 16. I'm with that.
I'm with that. I've been down with that.
So with how the NFL does it, they don't have an East and West.
They got an AFC and an NFC.
Okay. And they have conferences within it.
They got standings, but the NBA got that.
Yeah, they got like
the East, the Southwest,
the Central Division. They got,
but there's no East and West though. Is what I'm saying.
It's probably it's like the same,
but it is the same like because all the conferences is basically based around the region of where they're
so it's
at.
Kind of like it's like the
you know what I mean? Like the West got all the Cali teams in it. You know what I mean?
It's just worded different.
That's still the same.
It's like the same.
So you know what I mean? Yeah, but on the football, Deshaun Watson, as of recording, up to 24 lawsuits. How y'all feeling about it? Keep it a C note with us. What's your thoughts?
John, you gonna start that?
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Court law. I mean, something's up. I mean, I don't know what the bug is. He has a worse rap right now than Bill Cosby, but I don't know.
Right.
I don't know if those happy endings are true or not. But to have that many counts and that many people coming forward, I don't know. I mean, either you pissed off somebody really high up there and they coming after your ass, or you really a fucking creep. So, I mean, I don't know. I can't call it.
What's your thoughts, Kyle?
I'm the same way. Like, I really don't know. Like, when all this stuff come out, sometimes I feel like a lot of it be like, like it might be 1 or 2 cases of it, and then 1,000 people just come out and this happened. So, I don't really know about the Deshaun Watson thing. I'm on the fence with that, but I feel like he already missed the whole year.
Right.
So I'm like, he should be able to play. He's not, you know what I mean? I feel like he should be able to play this year coming straight out because he already missed the whole year.
My thing is he got found not guilty,
and
right?
That too. That's what I'm saying. Like
this is my thing because like some people would be like, when one person come out. He did something wrong to one person, everybody else speak up. Yeah. But what if he just said no to something that one person asked for, and then they come up with this theory, and then everybody else was like, oh, you know what? I gave him a happy ending too.
Exactly.
But what I think there has to be some type of evidence that some of them are coming forward with.
He got found not guilty. What else?
Then
that was a criminal case.
And then he's not guilty. You gotta let that shit ride. You gotta let it go.
Okay, now flip side to that. Found not guilty because me and Tone had the discussion already. We talked about this during the season, before the season last season, which the Rams won the Super Bowl, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the Rams. And Tone was like, with this rap, sometimes you might just want to pay them. And my thing is, if I didn't do it, I'm not paying them. So what's your thoughts on it?
Like I said, if he had all those women coming up, now I have to look at it from another angle because with all these women coming up, and he's a black quarterback, prominent, I'm going to have to, like, what did he do? Who did he piss off?
Right.
For that shit to happen. Maybe it was a girl that he pissed off. Maybe it was some
Talk to him, brother.
Maybe it was a team owner. You don't know. Maybe it was somebody in the background. Like, yo, you got to shave these points, or we gonna have this. I got these connections. We don't know.
Ball.
We never know.
That's for one. To answer your question, I ain't paying nobody if I ain't do it. That's for sure. I'm not paying nobody. But it could be like you just said, like one of the team owner. Didn't the Texans owner have like some type of issues or something before?
I mean, this is nothing new.
But they had issues with him, didn't they?
I think it was like he was supposed to be like racist or something. It could be him doing that.
This is nothing new by America. So I mean, the possibility of that is likely. Yeah. I mean, if he's found not guilty with all those counts and all those women coming forward that they could not find that man guilty on any of them, then something's fishy.
And he was trying to lead the Texans.
Right.
You know what I mean? He was trying to lead the Texans. So it could be that they could just be trying to plan it just to ruin him because he was trying to get up out of it.
So what about his lawyer? His lawyer talking about happy endings are not illegal unless you paying for them. Is that the right time? Is this the right time for him to say something like that? Like, keep it a C-note.
He shouldn't have said. He should have kept his mouth shut. Yeah, he shouldn't even said nothing like that at all.
Why?
just because
it opens the door saying that possibility it might happen, and he might have kept trying to push the issue, trying to get happy endings with his massage, about his sports therapist or whoever.
Well, I don't think Deshaun Watson is denying that he had happy endings.
Yeah.
I don't think he's denying that. I think what he's saying is, I had happy endings with these chicks, but I didn't do what he said. Yeah, everything was all love. It was consensual.
He an NFL quarterback, man. Like, come on, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I just feel like the climate of the world's so sensitive, so I wouldn't have said it because of that. He's not lying. It's not illegal.
Right.
But the world is so sensitive. It's like you can't say nothing. So it's like I wouldn't have said that at all. But it's like, come on, man. He's a star NFL quarterback. Like,
right. I probably wouldn't have said it neither.
Yeah,
I'm gonna just keep it a C note with you. I definitely probably wouldn't have said it, but he is keeping it a C note.
He keeping it real. That's
wrong with
nothing,
it.
Yeah.
Hopefully Deshaun Watson make out good and all
man, free that man. Man. Let him play.
Yeah, let that man play. Stop hating on him. Mm-hmm. Well, we gonna keep our list going. OTAs and all that is in effect for the NFL. Mm-hmm. Right now, I want to know who's the top 5 running backs in the NFC coming into the season. Keep it a C note with us.
I'll tell you one thing, though. I think the AFC is stacked. They have a better lineup of running backs.
I agree. I would agree with you when I looked at it.
Like the Pro Bowl, they got the AFC.
I would say that too.
You want to set it off, Kyle?
Yeah, I set up. I got a little list. All right, so I'm gonna go AFC first.
Where you gonna start from, 5 or 1?
I'll start at 5.
All right.
I'm gonna go with Joe Mixon at 5.
Okay, you went AFC. Okay,
yeah,
let's
AFC
go
first.
AFC.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Joe Mixon at 5. I'm gonna go Austin Eckler at 4.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna go Nick Chubb at 3.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna go King Henry at 2.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go Teller at 1.
Okay, John, AFC, who you got?
Mine's is sort of the same. At 5, I got Najee Harris.
Okay, Pittsburgh.
I got Austin Eckler, 4.
Okay.
Nick Chubb, 3.
Okay.
Derrick Henry, 2. And Jonathan Taylor, 1.
Okay. Shout out Kyle. I got the same exact list as you. I got Mixon at 5. Austin Eckler, and shout out to Sco, because Sco put us on Austin Eckler last year before the season started.
I had him on one of my fantasy teams before he was a starter, and he was like, he balled.
So he my number 4. I got Chubb at 3. I got Henry because of the injury, coming back off the injury. I got him at 2, and at 1 I got Taylor. Keep it a C note with his people. Give us your top 5 AFC running backs coming into the season. Who you got?
But hold up. Honorable mentions, though, that have to go on that list. I think possibly, in the AFC.
Just give us one. Just give us one. We ain't going to go a bunch of honorable.
Javonte Williams.
Okay. Yeah. Like a breakout player. He might be a breakout player.
Yep.
I don't know. I can't think of nobody from AFC right now.
I would say John's number 4. Your number 4 was
My number 4 was Austin Eckler.
No. Who was your number 5?
Najee Harris.
Maybe Najee Harris. Nah, he might be getting up there.
Josh Jacobs.
That's what I was
Josh Jacobs. That's who I'm going to go with.
Is definitely.
That's what I was going to say.
So that'll be my honorable mention. Let's go NFC right now. As of right now, coming into the season, who's the top 5 running backs in the NFC? Keep it a C note with us.
Go ahead, John. You want to set this one off?
All right. Number 1, I'm going to go backwards because it's number 1, I got Dalvin Cook.
Okay.
Number 2, I got Aaron Jones.
Okay.
Number 3, I got rickety-ass Christian McCaffrey.
Okay.
Number 4, I got Alvin Kamara.
Okay.
At number 5, man, this one pissed me off because I want to put my man Miles Sanders just because I'm an Eagles fan. But
Call him Oouuber.
But I think Saquon is going. I would have to put him at number 5.
Think he's gonna bounce back this year?
I think this is gonna be his bounce back. That's my notable one.
Okay, who you got, Kyle?
The NFC was kind of tough. I ain't gonna lie, but
Why was it tough?
Because I don't feel like it was that many good running backs in the NFC.
Okay.
So. I'm gonna go. I start from 1 to 5. I'm gonna go Cook number 1.
Okay.
I go Alvin Kamara number 2.
Okay.
I go Aaron Jones number 3.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go Zeke. I'm gonna go Zeke number 4.
Biased.
And
yeah, I'm biased.
the 5th was hard, but I'm gonna go with somebody that I like that I think underrated. I'm gonna go with James Conner from
Arizona.
Yeah. I like.
Okay.
Conner.
But you know who? I'll let you go with your list before.
All right, my list I had at 5. I got Cam Akers from the Rams. I'm being biased.
It's okay.
Okay.
At 4, I got McCaffrey.
Okay.
I forgot about Christian McCaffrey.
At 3, I got Kamara.
Uh-huh.
At 2, I got Aaron Jones.
Uh-huh.
And at 1, I also got Dalvin Cook. So we all got Dalvin
right.
Cook number 1. Keep it a C note with his people. Top 5 running backs as of right now. Not career, but as of right now. Top 5 running backs in the NFC. Who you got? John, what you wanted to say? You wanted to add something?
Yeah. What about? I still like him. I think he's gonna come out with a breakout year. David Montgomery. For
Chicago?
Yeah. I like the young fella.
He consistent. Especially if you play fantasy football. He definitely consistent.
He was hurt last year, wasn't he?
A little bit.
I think he was hurt last year.
But when he starts slow too. Like during the season. Cause I think I had him last year and I had him for weeks. He ain't do nothing. And then I cut him and then he started taking off. So I think he did that to me 2 years in a row, to be honest with you. I'm just keeping it a casino bum nigga. You know what I mean? It's like, no, shout out Dave Montgomery. He all right, though. All right, The Wire. Shout out The Wire. As of June 2nd, marked 20 years. The first episode aired. How you feel about The Wire? Where does it rank all time amongst your favorite shows? Any type of show?
Any type
of show. Where does it rank? Keep it a C note. Who want to let it go first? Pause.
For me, I would put The Wire probably number 2.
Okay.
Behind Martin. Martin my all time. I can't put nothing over Martin.
Okay.
To this day, I can watch Martin and laugh like I never
respect. I respect
so I'm
that.
gonna go Martin for 1, and I'll go The Wire 2.
Okay, what's your thoughts, John?
I definitely gotta give it to The Wire number 1.
Number 1?
Greatest show of all time.
Okay. Yep. I also agree with you, John. I got The Wire as my favorite show of all times. Sometimes I just let episodes play back to back and just keep watching them over and over and over. You know, favorite character. Anybody got a favorite? What's your favorite character? Just freestyling off the top of the dome. Pause. Who y'all got as the favorite character? I'm going to go Avon. Avon Barksdale is my favorite character all time on The Wire.
I'll probably go with Snoop. Probably.
Snoop?
I like Stringer Bell, bro.
Stringer?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And then my second favorite be a tie between Bodie and Lil Mike.
Yeah, I was going to say Mike even be my second or Marla.
Michael Marlowe.
No, I like the other bull that got busted in Philly though. Weebay. That was my nigga.
Weebay, my guy too. What's your thoughts, people? Where does The Wire rank all time amongst your favorite shows?
Definitely top.
Let us know. Keep it a C note with us. Speaking of The Wire, I was talking to my folks. And they had some interesting things to say about The Wire. We were just talking about a favorite character. And they was like, a lot of people in the urban community don't realize that basically The Wire influenced urban communities to accept that, the LGBTQ community on TV. And he like, a lot of us don't look at it that way, but he was like, the way they glorified Omar being gay, but being a gangster, it was like urban communities accepted The Wire and accepted that on TV. How y'all feel about that? Is that no cap or is that call them Oouuber?
I don't know. I think it's a little bit of both. I think with them putting it out there, I think it was a start. I mean, it got out to a big crowd because almost everybody and their mama watched The Wire.
Right.
But even like me coming up, I think before The Wire, there was some hood boys that I knew like like these twins in West Philly, they wreaked havoc, and everybody in the hood knew that they were gay.
Yeah, but we're talking about accepting it on TV because the Wire, when the Wire first came out, it wasn't really a lot of that on TV.
So you don't think the Oz probably did the after effect before the Wire, though?
Yeah, but the thing about because that's what I said. I said, well, Oz was on that type time before the Wire. Yeah. Oz came out before the Wire. But here's like naturally people accept that because it's a jail story. Okay. And that comes with jail. Yeah, so is that keep it a C note, no cap, call him a Oouuber because the Oz was based on jail? Like we looked at it like that's normal stuff to go on because it does go on in jail.
Yeah. That's the story of jail. I've never been to jail. I don't
know,
right. But that's the story.
Right.
And I think the craziest thing about it, I think everybody was shocked when they found out first when Omar was gay.
Right.
And if they wasn't expecting that. So, yeah, I think it was a shocker. And it was...
But did we accept it because
people,
is that where it started at? What you think, Kyle?
I'm not going to say
people still liked Omar.
Yeah, I ain't going to say that's where it started because I'm pretty sure some stuff before, it might have been another urban show before that. But I didn't ever look at it that way until you brought it up today. About the the gay character.
Right.
So that might be true. I might gotta say that might be true.
And John, me and you was talking to my guy Roddy Rod, and he referenced the movie that I didn't know that he said was before the Wire with Vin Raines in it when they were playing drags. What's it called?
I forget what it was called, but yeah, he dressed up like that.
This is my thing though, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you saying that it's not true, what I'm saying is if you go back to your state of mind in 2002, because you weren't seeing females kissing females or men kissing men like that. When you seen movies about drags and all that, did you watch them?
Me, no, I didn't.
You didn't? How about you, John?
No.
You wasn't. So what I'm saying is, before. Can you think of before the Wire when there was a time where you was like, all right, I know this character is about to kiss a man or something, and I'm cool with it because I couldn't. The only other thing I referenced was the Will Smith movie, and nobody really watched that.
Yeah, and
nobody really watched that. And me, I didn't watch Oz, even though it's based on jail. I didn't watch Oz a lot like that because of that stuff. But I found it interesting that a lot of us overlook because a lot of people say today, like, man, why they gotta put it on every show, and you know what I mean? Why is it talked about so much? But nobody mentions it. Like Omar character really might have ushered it in.
Yeah. No, like I said, I never thought about it until you said it today. Like that might have been
for somebody in the hood that's doing.
Yeah, well, that's what he said. The urban community
that made it cool for him to do that
because he was basically saying the most people in the urban communities before the Wire came out was really. He didn't say all. Most people, especially the younger people at that time, weren't into watching stuff where men were kissing men and girls was kissing girls and like all this stuff that we see now. Yeah. He was like, most men wasn't into that until Omar. Mm-hmm. And I sat there for a while. I couldn't think of nobody else.
I'm sitting here thinking now.
I couldn't think of nobody else. So I was like, damn, that was a good one. And it just so happened that we was going to do this topic, John. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, damn, it's the 20-year anniversary. So it'd be dope to do this topic.
Yeah.
So what's your thoughts, people? Just think back. Put yourself in 02. The Wire just come out. Did it influence the urban communities to accept the LGBTQ community on TV? Keep it a C note with us.
Good point. That was a good point.
Yeah, that definitely was a good point. We got a new segment. Vito not here for the segment. He can't even say it with his chest right now because he's still recuperating and all that. But the segment is called Say It With Your Chest. It's just how you feel about anything that's going on right now. John, we going to start with you. Say it with your chest. What do you have to get off your chest?
Like, I listened to Kendrick Lamar album a lot.
Okay.
And I listened to it a lot, not because I was a fan,
Okay.
But to actually find something more to it, to actually like it, to be honest with you.
Okay.
There are a handful of songs. They're like, to me, to be honest, there's about five there's 5 playable songs.
Okay, 5, just 5?
Just 5 that are just doable. Like, to me, he switched the construct of, like, to me, of enjoyable listening music. To me, it was spoken word with some good African drum beats and good samples from, like, Marvin Gaye and shit. No, it was good.
Right.
What he was saying was true, but it wasn't all the way music to me. It was like spoken word, something I almost went to a theater to hear. And what he said, some of that shit was all right for eye opening for black people, but like he wasn't saying nothing that we haven't heard before. There were some things I didn't agree with him with, like when he criticized Kyrie and shit for the COVID.
But Kyrie, your guy, you gonna stand up for Kyrie no matter who criticizes him, though, man.
And then and I'm not with.
But he didn't. He just said he was questioning Kyrie.
Yeah,
that's all he said. Once he caught it, he said he was questioning Kyrie.
I call it kind of cool. I don't believe that shit. But go ahead.
You got how you feel about what he?
I'm totally caught off guard by it. I was coming to the rebuttal because I thought he was going to say
it's crazy.
Yeah,
like,
I was going to say the
crazy.
Nah. The crazy thing, I feel the same exact way. Like, but I didn't say it amongst people yet because everybody was just dropping fire emojis everywhere, and I'm just like, I sat down with it and I played it, and I'm like, I might like 4 to 5 songs.
Okay.
You drive down the street, you don't hear nobody playing it. And if you do hear somebody playing it, you might hear like the radio play songs that they already played. I feel like when I played it one time and I was just like, and then everybody was just saying this fire emoji. I'm like, okay, so let me go back. I kept listening to it, and I'm just like, yo, this ain't it, yo.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is. I like probably 2 songs on the first 9 and maybe 3 on the second 9.
Okay.
But I've been saying this since it came out. I'm like, I don't like that album.
I listened to this album in different elements, sober, whatever, and I still got the same thing. Like he throws some stuff out there, and to me, he is the black Eminem because I think he gets to get away with bars that he just throws out there, and it's like I don't know if everything he threw out there really had a true meaning to what he said, or now people. I don't want y'all to think like you ain't understand it. No, I understood it. I understood it.
That's what everybody say when you don't like something. You don't understand.
I understood it and I liked it, but to me it was like Gil Scott-Heron with like some up to date beats. Some of them, like a handful of those songs, had some up to date beats, so I could ride to, but a lot of that, no.
I just feel like he at the point where he could say whatever, put out whatever, and everybody was going to drop fire emojis.
It was like it was for the culture. Yes, it was, and that should have been played in the theater or something with him on stage. It almost sounds like he's a poet.
Cheers to us and cheers to Vito, because I bet you when Vito sees this, he's gonna be like, "I told y'all I agree." Listen, I agree with y'all. I got like 5 songs on there that I like from Kendrick. The album just wasn't my speed, but
and that's what I say now. Like when I don't like something now, I instead of me saying it's corny, I just say it's not for me. Because,
it wasn't my speed.
Yeah, but it was I seen a quote on Instagram. Somebody, I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna read this quote that somebody said. Here it go, because I screenshotted it. Because I was gonna send it to my homie that loves Kendrick.
Okay.
He said Kendrick be burning me out. Slime name drop all the time for clout.
Right.
Nigga ain't been hot since Good Kid, Mad City.
Right.
Y'all think anything that is fake deep is hot.
Right.
Folk put Nip face on his, said some mediocre shit, and y'all acting like he said some crazy shit. Rap getting corny, man. And that's from a rapper, and I'm not gonna say who it is, but he not from Philly, but he from
that statement you just seen it on the screen. Like, how y'all feel about that? Keep it.
When I seen that, I said, yo, I feel exactly like that. Like, I feel like I was supposed to like it because everybody was just hyping.
Well,
it, but
I keep it a C-note with y'all, right? Mm-hmm. I don't think Good Kid, Mad City is that great to me. Like I've listened to, And it's crazy because I always tell Vito I'm not a radio guy. I don't listen to the radio. But I think the best song on that album is the remix of Don't Kill My Vibe. I think to me personally, that's just the best joint on. And cause I remember when my youngin' first put me on that joint, like when it first came out, it was like, I couldn't really get into that. And what you said about Kendrick, I remember one of Kendrick albums came out. Shout out my guy Himsay. We was driving to like New York or somewhere on a trip, to go perform. And I threw Kendrick album on what's that album called?
To Pimp a Butterfly?
To Pimp a Butterfly.
That got some tracks on there.
Listen, we got like 4 tracks, but you driving. It's not, Kendrick don't make music to drive to. We got like 4 tracks in, and Himsay said, yo, what are you playing, bro? Like, I can't drive to this.
Exactly.
I gave that album, I gave it both tests. I gave it the headphone test. I played it in the car. It don't work. I do not like it. And even Good Kid, Mad City, I like that album, but I didn't like anything else he brought out after that. Damn was okay to me.
Okay,
but
now to you, I do like a couple songs.
Yeah,
on
there are
some
Butterfly.
I don't think I like one song on that.
Nah, the joint where he be talking to Tupac, like if I would where he doing.
I like that.
Nah, he killed that joint.
What's that other song on it?
The joint about $1 where he said he be talking to the he going to the gas station and the bum asking for money and the bum end up being like an angel or something.
I remember that.
It's called the power of $1 or something.
I low key hate that album, but the song that you just named when you talking to Pac, and then the wasn't that other song on there the one? But that was a radio song. We Gonna Be All Right. Wasn't that on there too?
We Gonna Be All Right. Yeah. No, wait. Which one? We Gonna Be All Right. Yeah, I hated that song.
I think I probably like.
But the Black of the Berry on
the Sweet of the Juice is one song I recommend everybody to fucking listen to.
I like the Black of the
Berry.
That's
my favorite song on that album.
So John is saying that the new Kendrick album is mediocre.
Yo, it makes me want to go light some incense, walk on some grass, get a dashiki, and grow some fucking dreads. That's what it is. Fucking torture.
What John is saying, people,
like, after I listened to it a couple times, that was it. It's like one of those movies. Like, all right, I watched The Roots and shit. All right, I don't want to watch that shit again.
Only
but like, it was good.
That I downloaded like outside the album.
Right.
Was Rich Spirit. I love that song. Rich Spirit. That's it. I mean, anything else is just like I can play it, but I'm probably never gonna play it again.
And the shit with Kodak, I didn't understand that at all, brother. For everything that was on that album, of all people you have Kodak Black on your album. Oh, I had a problem with that. He could have.
Well, what's the problem? With
because
Kodak
he should have had somebody like a Nas or a J.
Why?
Cole.
What's wrong with Kodak being on the album? What's your personal reason for that's the wrong person?
Because I think it's almost like it's a hypocritical situation for him. Like, because that was like a woke album, and Kodak is the furthest thing from fucking woke to me. And the type of music that he puts out is nothing on the same lane as Kendrick.
But I mean, what do that matter? It don't gotta be on the same lane. I can't go with that.
No, he could have had. Like, if you of all people,
it's a
like
weird
tell me some hot bars that Kodak ever had.
I don't know no hot bars. I'm gonna keep it
like
a Kodak, with you.
Like,
but I didn't have no problem. I didn't have no problem with him putting Kodak on. Even though I don't know any of Kodak.
I would rather him put it on some like local one of his local bulls or somebody.
To me, this is how I looked at it, because when you hear those songs that Kodak is on, it sounds like he's rapping Kodak style, like I can switch my flow up to me. Okay. So that's why he put Kodak on there. That's what I was thinking.
It was just a weird. When I seen it, I was like, Kodak.
Like the one John push these niggas like, like that John to me, that's like a Kodak type vibe. So that's probably why he put him on there. So, what's your thoughts, people? John said it with his chest. He said Kendrick Lamar's new album is overrated. Is that no cap? Should we call him a Uber? I'm on record as saying Good City, Mad Kid. What is it?
Good Kid,
Mad City isn't that good. No cap, or should you call me a Uber? Let me know. Kyle, you got anything you want to say with your chest?
It's for the city.
Okay.
Can we, like, it's about to be the summertime about to start. Can we please just stop with the killing and all that?
Right.
That's like, please, like,
Right.
I be seeing so much stuff. It's just like kids, girls.
Yeah, there's no rules.
Like it used to. It's like it's
now.
really like the.
Shoot.
It's like the Wild Wild West out here, man. It's like
Right.
it's crazy, and it's like I just want everybody just to chill out and have fun. It's like they on South Street shoot. It's like, come on.
Right.
Man.
What's your thoughts on what Kyle just said, John?
I mean,
that's all I want.
Like these folks, they need some direction. We need some type of resolve right now. I mean, like, I think it's all part of the plan. Like, nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's gonna make headline news what happened in Philly with that massacre for a few days, whatever.
Right.
It's on to the next one.
But and then it's back to regular business. We back to 3-4 shootings a night, killings a night. It don't matter. Just as long as we exterminating ourselves, and it's just going under the radar. Black Lives Matter. Where are y'all? I don't see y'all at all.
Okay.
I mean, and then we got this LGBT stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. With all this LGBT pride stuff that just passed in Philly, and the march and all that just passed last week. I don't see any support from them, but they want support from everywhere else. And that's where I have a big problem with that. I have a big problem with the LGBT organization. Nobody in the per se LGBT. I love everybody.
Right.
But even black folks that support Black Lives Matter, where the fuck are y'all?
Right.
When all this is happening, y'all had all this money. That have bought a fucking mansion up on the hill.
They still in the sun, right?
I mean, they all profited off that shit. Even my man, my son or whatever. I know he profited. That's why you don't hear nothing from him right now no more, man.
Okay, yeah, I agree with you, Kyle. What you said with your chest, though. I'm praying that we have a safe summer and all of that.
But what can we do?
I'm at the point where I don't know what we can do.
I don't think it's nothing.
I don't know.
Because you can't. There's no point in taking guns. So right now, we at the point where we have to actually somehow directly get to these kids.
That's never the gun.
Mentally.
That's never going to happen.
Yeah,
and change the culture.
They need to invest money into these kids.
All right.
They need to invest money into these kids.
But let me ask you a question. But is certain styles of hip-hop keeping this violent culture going?
It's not. It is because the kids are believing that this hip-hop stuff is real.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But words are just words. At the end of the day, somehow, these kids, like when we were growing up, I don't know about now, but when we were growing up, our age bracket, wrestling was popular.
Yes.
It took for most of us, because everybody wasn't into wrestling, but if you were into wrestling, it took for somebody to finally tell you, like, yo, that's fake. For you to be done with it.
When I found that out.
You know what I mean? And even with rap, when we was coming up, and I remember, like, Snoop Dogg and Dre and all them was talking all that gangster, and my pop and them would be like, yo, that stuff is fake.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if the kids are getting that today. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's because social media, they see the guns and all that. Yeah. Just because a person has 30 guns don't mean he's out there shooting people up. That doesn't mean that. None of them guns may not even be his. Yeah. And we're in the era of Fugazi stuff. We're in the era of, we don't even know if these guns are real with videos. Yeah. Not saying that they're not, but we don't know because I know everybody's seen the thing where Chad Ochocinco said that he used to wear the fake jewelry and all of that. Just because I'm Chad and they just it's shine the same way, they're going to think it's real. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think that's the only thing. I don't know if these kids was told that this stuff is real or not, but
they super gooned out. Like another thing before you go. It's 90 degrees outside. Take the ski mask.
Yes, take the rashes and all that.
I'm already about to get my hand ready. If I see a nigga this summer and you walking by with one of them wool joints.
Speaking on the shooting on South Street, real quick, just yes or no. Was it cool to label it a mass shooting?
Nah, it wasn't a mass shooting. It was just
but that's how they're labeled.
Yeah, of course.
When I seen it, I thought
it's a dumbass shooting.
Before I seen the story, I thought it was something crazier.
Right, that's what I thought.
I thought it was like
when I seen mass shooting, I'm like, oh. Then I seen the video, I'm like, oh, they just rumbling and niggas start shooting.
It was just, I think it was the two guys that were together. They saying now that the guys that were together, the guy shot him he shot his man by accident. So like, I think that's what it was. Why so many people and like broken glass hit people, but it wasn't a mass shooting. Right. Like somebody came down South Street and just shot up.
So that's propaganda, like right?
Yeah, that was phony.
Yeah. So what's your thoughts on that, people? Keep it a C note with us. Is it propaganda? Do you consider the South Street shooting in Philadelphia mass shooting, like they're labeling it? Keep it a C note with us. My say it with your chest. Vito not here, but I want to tell everybody that always has a debate about where Stafford ranks, where Cooper Kupp ranks. Right now, Matthew Stafford is the best quarterback in the league. Cooper Kupp is the best receiver in the league. The guys won the Super Bowl. They're defending champs. They each broke records, right? And for everybody that's saying, "Oh, it's just 1 year." When Megatron put up that record-breaking year for receiving yards in a year, that was just 1 year. When when Jerry Rice just averaged point-something more yards a game than Cooper Kupp, that was just 1 year. You see what I'm saying? So we're not going to confuse these, that's just 1 year. I want to say it with my chest because it's a lot of hate. It's a lot of hate. Look, I actually went to put my flags up, and these jokers going to tell me they going to vandalize my flags and take them and all that. Like, you hear me, man? I want to say it with my chest. Matthew Stafford, best QB right now.
What, in the
league.
NFC
in
West?
the league. And I end it like this, and y'all can rebuttal. To be the man, pause, you got to beat the man. Pause. Like Ric Flair said, and y'all all used to watch wrestling. Woo!
You want to touch on that?
Styling and profiling.
He said it with his chest. I'm going to let the viewers handle that.
Woo!
He mad about that right there.
Ric Flair on him.
I mean, but I think call him an Oouuber. I definitely
I was going to ask you, are you going to call him a joint or I'm going to call him a joint?
I'm going to call.
He need an Uber XL.
Woo,
this guy is, Matthew Stafford not even he might not even the fifth best quarterback in the league.
Matthew Stafford, listen.
I would just say Sean McVay put Matthew Stafford in a very good position for him to.
So what about all them years? What about the year
I'm not saying he was bad. I'm not saying
what
he was
I'm
bad
saying
all
is,
those
what
years.
about the year Vito said his best year was in Detroit when he threw for 5,000 yards? Who put him in the best position then? With a lot of people that was
talent that put him in the best position.
When a lot of people never mention
he had 5,000 yards with who?
With Megatron
in one season. What a lot of people never mention is we didn't get Megatron without Stafford. So why do people put Megatron top 3, but Stafford nowhere in your list? He's not that good.
Cause I gotta see it again. Like, I hated Stafford. Me and my homie was talking about when y'all traded. I said it's a wash. I said because he just a little upgraded Jared Goff.
Wow,
that's what I told my man. But I was wrong. I was wrong.
I ain't gonna be that disrespectful because he does have the stats, but since you're in our division, I'm biased. I have to let you ride, but I do not agree.
Okay, let me ask y'all this, because last week when we was taking all them shots, I was a little intoxicated, so it came off wrong. Pause the way I said it, right? Is Tracy McGrady at either one of y'all top 3 shooting guards?
Top 3 shooting guard?
No, yes or no? Just top 3. Just based off career-wise.
Career? No.
Okay, so let me ask you this, right? Because we always talk about Tracy McGrady. He had those years where he had the numbers. He never got out the first round, right? You swap him with, or don't even swap him. If he plays with Shaq and he wins them 3 rings like Kobe, and Kobe doesn't win none of them 3 rings. I'm not saying he doesn't get no rings, but just switch Kobe, Bryant, and T-Mac. T-Mac then has the numbers. He has the rings. Then does he go into your top 3?
He probably would. I ain't gonna lie.
Yes or no?
He probably would. Because T-Mac is really...
Look, he's trying to rebuttal, but he can't rebuttal.
No, I'm not.
Just yes or no?
Yeah, he probably would. Because he would have the help. If he had Shaq, he got all those rings. It's the same.
Okay, so my next question is this, right? Why is it such a gap between Aaron Rodgers and Matthew Stafford when Aaron Rodgers played like 2 more years? The numbers is not that far off. Every number to count. game-winning drives. Stafford got more than him. They both got one ring.
Yeah.
They both got one ring. So what's the difference? The guy, Stafford, was playing on a bad team, padding his stats, and then he got with a good team. Any player that's, if you elevate their team and they're supposed to be that good that their numbers say, they supposed to take you where Stafford took you to. You don't think so?
Well, I could compare it to the NBA because look at Melo. He had the stats. He got the scoring title, but where did that get him?
Yes, but if you take Melo, if you take LeBron off that big three, right, and you put Melo on it, and Melo, Wade, and Bosh win them 3 rings, you're going to put Melo higher up on the list.
They wouldn't have won, though. They wouldn't have won with that big three.
Really?
Why not?
I don't think they would have won.
With Wade, Bosh, and Melo? Oh, my gosh. Wade did it with just Shaq. And that's why I couldn't put Tracy McGrady at first in my top 3 because my third shooting guard of all time would be Dwayne Wade.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But if Mac got 3 rings, you're going to put Mac top 3.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, if you're a great player in any sport and you're getting crazy numbers, but you're playing on a bad team, so you're losing, when you get on a talented team because you're that good that you was putting up the numbers with the bums, it's only right if you win. You supposed to win the chip. To me, like a nice nigga, like you're not going to tell me Orlando Tracy McGrady don't win with Shaq.
We're not going to act like the Rams didn't have the support of all those wide receivers of a nice defense. We're not going to deny the genius level. I give it to Sean McVay. He's a good coach.
Yes, but
so you don't think with all those playing a factor into Matthew Stafford's how he is now?
Because y'all went to the Super Bowl with Jerry.
But at the same time,
Super Bowl. At the same
time, what I'm gonna say is Matthew Stafford was always that boy, and he had the tools to do it. And I think he got put in the system to have him go to that next level.
What my thing is, just like y'all just said, well, Mac had the numbers, didn't have the rings. If he got the rings, I put him up there. Why Stafford don't get that love? Why is it still
because Matt, whatchamacallit disappeared in the playoffs. Whatchamacallit, obviously, I give your boy a little bit more credit for not disappearing in the playoffs. Tracy McGrady. That's why I can't really make that comparison.
But listen, what I'm saying is, and I'll wrap it up like this.
Kobe did disappear.
Listen, right? Cooper Kupp won MVP of the Super Bowl, right?
As he deserved it.
Time out. Odell Beckham Jr. got hurt. Everybody, when the Rams had the ball, everybody on the field, on the sideline, in the stands, everybody at home knew Matthew Stafford was throwing the ball to Cooper Kupp.
Exactly.
And they could not stop that man.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, if you
have talent like that,
time out. Let me go further then. Let me go a little further then. If Dominique wins them rings instead of Jordan, do you put Dominique wherever he ranked? Does he go higher?
He go higher.
Of course. The rings always make you go higher.
Most yards in the reception yards in the season, Calvin Johnson via Matthew Stafford years ago on a bum team. Second best, Cooper Kupp with Matthew Stafford and a Super Bowl.
So you saying Stafford?
What I'm saying is he got every.
But listen to what you're saying. You had Megatron, who was probably a top 5 wide receiver that year, and then you also have a Cooper Kupp, who's a top 5. I'm not denying the stats.
Let me get the ball better. Pause. Your guy, Dak Prescott, he's up there with a lot of numbers, right? Yeah. I don't have him top 5.
I don't.
But if he was to come out and win a Super Bowl because you got the numbers. And now you got the jewelry with it, I automatically gonna elevate you on the list.
I would, but I probably wouldn't put him top 5.
But it depends though. It depends on what is he. If he come out throw for 5,000 yards, y'all win the Super Bowl, he gotta go top 5. Come on, man.
I would put, but it's the thing. Like I told you, after y'all won, Stafford, I give it up when I have to give up. With my respect, I give it up. Stafford. He played way better than I thought because I said in the playoffs he gonna crumble.
Right.
And I thought it was over, and then I remember I think it was when y'all played the Niners. He threw a pick.
Yeah.
It was like towards the end. I said, "There you go, right there." And and y'all rebounded, and the throws that he made in that Super Bowl, that the no look joint and all that. He moved up my list. I ain't gonna lie. I had Matthew Stafford fucked up. I'm gonna say it. I had him fucked up.
Thank you, Kyle.
I definitely did.
Thank you for keeping it a C note, Kyle.
I ain't putting him in it. He might be top 5. I can't think off my head right now. So he might have moved up to 5 or something like that.
Okay.
but he ain't number one.
I just want everybody to put some respect on his name.
I do like what you're saying about him and Aaron Rodgers. I give you credit for that because
Aaron Rodgers is still a bull.
I feel like Aaron Rodgers skill wise is better. I feel like Aaron Rodgers is the skill wise is probably the best quarterback. Skill wise,
okay.
But to me, Tom Brady is the best quarterback ever.
Right.
But I understand what you're saying because Aaron Rodgers get a lot of slack.
Right.
And hasn't won anything in a long time. In a long time.
Right.
So I would have to go look at both of their numbers. I don't know them right off.
Aaron played a little bit longer, but they right there. But to piggyback off that, and we done with this topic, I did tell John I went back a couple years, and we always talk NFC East always having a weak division. I mean, weak schedule, strength of schedule. Mm-hmm. You go back and look at a lot of them years, especially Green Bay when Aaron Rodgers was putting up numbers. They always have a sweet schedule every year.
You could say that about Tom Brady for being in that.
That's true too. That's true too.
That'd be Vito thing all the time.
Yeah, that's true too. He was up there. But listen, before we get out of here, last thing is trending. Gilly the Kid, Wallow. They recently just had Jay Prince on the show. Jay Prince had some things to say about Whack 100. Whack 100 now saying he gonna see Gil with them when, you know what I mean, he wanna look in their eyes and all that. Paul, see where they at. But how do y'all feel about that? Because, you know, John, especially us, Vito, we doing a podcast and thing. How do you feel about that? Like, because Whack is basically saying, I don't want to talk about what they actually beefing over, but Whack is saying, like, I thought we were cool. And I just seen y'all, and y'all didn't tell me you were having Jay Prince on the show. And you also didn't tell me that he was talking dirty. And when he did talk dirty, you didn't intervene.
Wait a minute. Talking about, this is coming from the same guy that sat down with Tekashi or whatever. But at the same time, like, what Whack is doing right now is pretty fucked up. Everything that comes out of his mouth, I can't trust. I'm trying to choose my words wisely talking about this guy.
Okay.
But I just think he's a shady individual, yo.
Okay.
He's one shady ass boy.
How you feel about it?
I feel like Whack ain't gonna lie. Whack burns me all the way out.
Yes.
Like all the way, because I feel like he inserts himself in everything. Like it be stuff that don't got nothing to do with me. I be on Instagram, I see him in comments saying little stuff.
Right.
Like to me, he like just like a walking contradiction. It's like he say stuff and then it's like you kick it with Tekashi and all that.
Right.
And then it's like I don't know the beef between him
and
my thing is it because like this is what I told John. Say every time we go to Chicago, we hang with Dirk and them.
Yeah.
But we was just with Dirk. And we didn't tell him that the guy he beefing with is going to be on that show. Yeah. And not only didn't we tell him that, but basically we just let him ring. Like, because I think some people, like, I think Whack is confusing. And me personally, I think, okay, I'm going to Cali. That's where Whack is from, where Big U is from. I'm going to go, you know what I mean, hang with them. But that don't mean like we're homies, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And if you would have watched the podcast before that, like where they were, I don't think that they're really that cool. It was definitely some tension there, even on the previous podcast between them. So I think that they're cordial to a certain level. And Gilly and them, they don't owe nothing to Whack that actually have that to tell them that they're about to do that. And then secondly, why? You gonna come down there and set him up after he comes out or something? Like, what could happen from that?
Right.
And like I'm a podcaster. You know what my job is. I might have people on here that's going that you might not like.
I remember, I think when somebody was on there, they said something about Meek or something. And Gil did like step in. Like normally they do. But
yeah, because that was my thing. Yeah, when you look at it. They didn't say nothing. Yeah, they let Jay Prince get everything off.
Call him Rat 100.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they didn't say, like, can we diffuse it? They didn't say anything. They just let him go with that one segment.
But that could be off the strength of the respect that Jay Prince got in the, you know what I mean, in the industry. Like,
right. I understand that. Like, I understand that. I understand that, oh, this might be a real serious. So I was just asking y'all, how y'all felt? Like, should they have intervened?
Now, this is my thing. If if that's your man, like if it's your man like that, like me and Vito, if somebody,
right,
I'm gonna say something. Like I'm not gonna let nobody talk crazy about him on nothing. And then I would let him know before it come out, like, yo, so and so happened. If that's my man, but if, like you said, if we're just like, I come to LA, I might see you or whatever like that.
But I think if Wack is, but let me not just might see you. Let's just say what Wack is saying when he come to Cali, he be kicking it with me. Yeah. Is that different? Like, and not if I see you, but if yo, Kyle, I'm in town, let me come hang with you. Is that different? Does that make y'all like homies? I'm asking because this is one of the reasons. Shout out to everybody that been asking to come on the show. This is one of the reasons I've been so hesitant to have guests from the city on the show because I know so many people be beefing and they won't look at it as this is a job. They'll look at it as personal. Like, that's my op, and he let him say this and that. So that's why I'm asking y'all. If I'm calling you, yo, John, I'm in town, I'm going to come kick it with you. When Jay Prince said something, was he supposed to intervene? Like, I don't even mean checking, but I mean, was he supposed to say, like, damn, can we squash it? Is a way around?
Yeah, they normally do that.
And I wish he would have done that. And I wish, like, I think what Jay Prince said was cool, but it was the name calling and the out of the name for Wack. I think that set it over the top. When you're on a podcast, you're going to want, he was telling the real truth details of what really happened. Yeah. But, I mean, of a situation that everybody should know about. Right. I think personally, so Wack
not wrong for feeling some type of way if they kick it the way he's saying.
Yeah, if he do, because he be saying.
No, he still is wrong because this is if he feels some type of way because they didn't stop him, I still think it's deemed a phone call. And it's still not worth none of this internet bullshit where you got to come on tap dancing. I agree with that. Shit.
But if it wasn't no internet, if he didn't go on, was he wrong for feeling some type of way? Let's just say he felt some type of way, but he didn't address it on social media.
I'm going to say, yeah, he can feel some type of way because I don't know their relationship. So if he feel like they that tight, then yeah, he can feel some type of way. As a man, he can feel some type of way.
You still think now?
I feel that. But at the same time, Gilly and Wallow got a job to do too.
Right.
That's their business.
That's their business. And I think that they should have stopped, cut it, edit, let them know, like, yo. Right.
They gave it raw.
Yeah, they did give it raw.
They might have gave it raw. They ain't put no cut on that.
But at the same time, I'm kind of biased because of my personal feeling on how I view Wack 100, why I really don't give a fuck. But normally, for that type of situation, I don't know.
He's a burnout. He's a burnout. Like,
I don't know. I mean, if it's your homie, y'all hang out, and every time we come up there, maybe you don't have to give them the dates and details. I don't know. You might be like, yo, like I might do an interview here and there with your op, and I would have let him know that, but after the first time I ever did an interview with him.
I'm saying. Because
after the first
time, like, I just seen him.
I probably would have let him know. I would have probably said to him, like, yo, we had Jay Prince on the show. He said some crazy shit about you. I'm just letting you know before it comes out.
Right.
I probably would have did that. But him, I don't think they probably stepped in on the respect of Jay Prince.
I agree with you.
Jay Prince.
I agree with you.
You think Jerry Prince said no? Put it out like that.
Yes,
that's what I'm saying.
And that's the crazy part. That how much pull that Jay Prince got.
That's what Wack is so mad about. Like, because I think everybody know that. Like, you know.
Yeah, so I feel like they didn't step in because of Jay Prince because he got the respect he has.
Right.
And I know for sure he was saying, don't take that shit out. Play it, put it out just like that.
Keep it a C-note with his people. Was Gilly and Wallow wrong for not telling Wack 100 that they had Jay Prince on the show and he was talking dirty about him? Were they wrong for not intervening when Jay Prince was talking dirty? Keep it a C-note with us. Also, keep it a C-note. Let us know if Wack 100 feels as though they were friends or they're good, on good terms. Is he wrong to feel some type of way that Gilly and Wallow didn't say anything about it or didn't speak on it or any of that? Keep it a C-note with us. What you got to say before we get out of here?
Good terms, no. Good friends, yes.
Okay. Well, people, we truly appreciate everybody for tuning in.
Yes, sir.
We're done with this episode. Remember, we got the Call Him Oouuber shirts on deck. Hit us up.
He need one for the Matthew Stafford comment.
Nuggets.
Getting one.
Listen, thank you for showing love on social media. Again, if you on YouTube, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button.
Do all that.
As always, I'm your boy Brown. To the left of me, we got
It's Kyle, man.
And you got your boy John, a.k.a. Brother X.
Brother X. Vito, get well soon.
Yeah, man.
We got an Uber waiting for you.
And thanks for having me again, y'all. I appreciate it.
Ain't no doubt. Thanks for being on the show again. Vito, stop agreeing with us so much so you won't get sick.
Yeah.
It's 1-1 right now. Who y'all like? 1-1. 1-1. NBA Finals.
You talking about the whole series?
The whole series. Let's call it. Do you still like Golden State?
It's a movie. I'm calling Golden State, even though I'm not.
I had Golden State in 7 from the whole time. Against anybody,
But I want Boston to win. But it don't look like it's going to happen that way. Refs and everything are against them.
Golden State in 7. Steph Curry MVP. He got to get an MVP.
Ain't no doubt. I still got Steph and Golden State winning. Yeah. I still got Stafford as the best.
But I like them shirts that Boston put out. You saw them Jones say Draymond's a bitch.
Nah,
I ain't them Jones. Hell yeah.
And this how it's going to go down. Boston wins game 3. Golden State wins the next 2. They win 4-5, lose 6, win 7.
Okay.
Jason Tatum better send another one of them texts to Kobe or something.
I wanted to say this. I wanted to say this for Vito, but Vito not here. He's ill. But look out for the NBA. The light-skinned brothers are taking over. Look at the finals. Tatum.
They back, man.
You got Steph. You got Clay. We out of here, y'all.
All right, man.
Holla at us.
Shit. This is what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. Let me tell you what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da.